It's finally time for this year's Christmas home tour video. I've had so much fun decorating the house this year and have some large trees and small trees in many of the rooms that I'm excited to show you. We're having a bunch of family members visit, which I'm really excited about. So the way I decorated this year, I tried to keep things pretty but also functional. I've been kind of running around trying to figure out how we're going to get all the place settings for everybody in the dining room and where everybody's going to sleep and stuff like that. But it's been extremely fun and I honestly cannot wait for Christmas. But yes, so let's start the tour. So first, we'll start in the entryway. So next to the door is my vintage oak desk, and here is how I decorated that this year for Christmas. This little ornament actually my brother gave me, I believe as a Christmas present a couple years ago. So just had to set him out here. This is actually where I'm planning on writing out my Christmas cards this year. So above the desk, I framed one of Tim and my Christmas card photos, but we actually took this picture on our wedding anniversary because Tim asked me what I thought would be kind of fun to do, and I said put together a gingerbread house because it had been years since I had done that, and then after we had it together, we decided to get dressed up in our or part of our wedding outfits here with our bow ties and take a Christmas card photo. So that was in, I believe, 2018, but yeah. And below on this chair is this super adorable mushroom Christmas pillow. So this is something I actually got last year on clearance at Joann Fabrics. The store actually didn't get a lot of their Christmas decorations in last year before Christmas, and so they got just a ton of stuff, including lots of pillows. And actually there's another Christmas pillow from Joann Fabrics last year here as well. And up on the sled is my Christmas tree advent calendar. I have yet to move the ornaments back down on the numbers, but normally when the season starts, I have all of these different ornaments on the different numbers. And then each day I get to put a decoration on the tree. And the angel is usually the one that I leave for the 25th. So this was something that I made. And I can't remember if I've talked about it before, but just briefly I'll touch on. The one thing that was fun about making this is I made the decorations to kind of, some of them are classic Christmas like the candy canes, but others kind of have a little bit of, thought or meaning behind them. Like this one is supposed to be a seashell, and I made that because Tim's Graham loves seashells, so that's kind of why there's a seashell on the tree. And this one, you probably can't tell, but it's supposed to be an owl, and I made that because my grandma loves owls. And I made the little drum because my brother used to have a vintage Christmas ornament that was a drum, and it was his favorite ornament to put on the tree every year. So that's why I made the drum right there. And then made a Christmas pickle just because years ago my grandma gave me a Christmas pickle ornament, and I have it in the dining room, which I'll actually show you a little bit later in this video. But yes, that's kind of some little bit more meaning behind the ornaments that I made for this little tiny felt tree. And the little Christmas mice are back gracing the staircase. So I decided to put some of these little timer battery operated lights surrounding them just so that they kind of light up a little bit at night. But yeah, for these are just something I found at an antique shop a couple years ago. And I love setting them out every year. They're just very, very cute. And this is how I decorated the staircase this year. So I decided to not cover the staircase with a lot of breakable ornaments because I wanted to hang all of our Christmas stockings for our guests on it. Those have been so much fun to just fill with different things, and the stockings are hung from the garland. So I attached the garland to the railing with pieces of twine, as you can see here. So I used shower curtain hooks actually to hook onto the garland and then to hook the stockings to. And it worked quite well. I think these ones I got at Target. But yeah, so that's kind of how I attached those. But yes, so for this garland, I decided to keep it simple. So it's just a plain pine garland that I added some clear Christmas lights to. And then this is just a gold acorn kind of oak garland that I got on clearance last year from a craft store called Ben Franklin. And so I just kind of wired that right on the front of this garland, which honestly really dressed it up and made it look quite cute. And it's not breakable, so when people are kind of going to get their stockings, I don't have to worry about any ornaments kind of falling off, or and they don't have to either. So yes, this is actually a little small tree topper that I got off the Terrain website, and absolutely love it, but I just thought it looked really nice with kind of all the gold going on here, so I decided to use it here instead of on a tree. And below we have these huge jingle bells. So these are something that I got last year on clearance from Bachman's, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for, but they were so inexpensive that I just couldn't pass them up. And I'm so glad I got them because I think they're really fun here for the staircase. And across from the staircase, here's my little hooks here. So I did save some of this gold garland to just add up here, just so it kind of matched the staircase garland. And then I left my umbrella up, which I know doesn't make quite a whole lot of sense for Christmas, but I just think it's so cute. And I like the amber kind of coloring, so I just decided to leave that up. This pine cone actually was something that Tim bought me one of the first years we were together. And then here is a cute little scarf. This is something that I got in an antique shop. And the jingle bells. Again, for those who haven't watched my videos before, my grandpa put this together. He made one for my brother and one for myself. So they're just kind of little jingle bell necklaces. So I've had it ever since I was little. Got my little owl lantern down here. Was a gift from my grandma. And then this is how I decorated the entry table. So this is a really neat book that I got this year, and I'm really excited to start using it. So basically, let's see if I can get it open here. So the family Christmas book. So Christmas memories of the family. So there's a place for their family name. And let's see here. So basically this is what the book is. I've shown this in another video, but I thought I'd just touch on it really quick. We'd have Christmas 2022 we gathered at, and then we'd say our house, and it has a place for a photo. So, I mean, basically this is a book where you can kind of record little kind of memories from the Christmases, have some photos, and stuff. And each page, when you flip the page, it's the same thing again. So this is just kind of something that you would use year after year. So then up here, I have a bunch of different fun family photos. My brother gave me an early Christmas present. It was a camera that you can print photos from. And so I've been having a lot of fun with that. But yes, so this is Grandma and I this fall. That was a picture that we took. Our first Christmas at this house in 2019. And Jeff and Grandma, so that's my brother. So that was this fall as well. Christmas last year, opening gifts. There's our Christmas card photo, just in black and white. 2018, I was pretty sure that was the date. My brother and I and our cousin Brianna, this was in the summer, we were running down Grandma's driveway for fun. And Tim and I opening gifts last year. And then up here, me and my mom when I visited my mom in Germany in 2017. But yeah, it's kind of fun having those in the entryway here. It just kind of personalizes it. So I have my wax seal stamp here. I think I've shown it before, but it has an owl. I don't think I've used it yet. I kind of have a different one that I use more often, but yes, that was kind of a little antique shop find. And then just a matchbox. So this was something I just picked up at an antique shop. Thought that the picture was really cute. And above the pictures is a Santa Claus. So this is something that I got at either a rummage sale or Goodwill. But yes, it's hand painted, and I just thought it was really pretty. I have another one that's similar in the dining room, which I'll show you in a little bit. But then we have this small tree. So this was something I actually found on the Terrain website. Don't mind my little remote here. That's how I turn on and off some of the Christmas lights, actually. So they have kind of a plug that you plug the lights in, and then each button kind of controls one of the plugs. So that's what that's doing back there. But yes, back to the tree. So the tree I ordered from the Terrain website, and it's pre-lit. It is not timer. I really wish it was, but it's so cute that I don't really care. But yes, and then we have the little kind of dewdrop ornaments. So I have those there. And this is an ornament I got on a little fun trip to New Ulm. This one is as well. And Mr. Squirrel, this is something we got from my mother-in-law for Christmas, because she knows that I love Northwoodsy style things, and so I got that ornament one year for Christmas. But up here is another ornament from New Ulm, and another one. These were all kind of, some of them were the same trips, some were different. This one was the one I got the last time we were there, which was maybe a month or so ago. And there's the loon that I showed in my shopping haul video. So decided to add him to this tree. Again, it was something my brother kind of pointed out, and I really thought it was neat too. So it's just kind of fun that we picked it out together. But yeah, so that is that little tiny tree. So then through here is the fireplace room. So I decided to use this wreath in this room this year. I think I had this in the dining room last year, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I just liked it. It's kind of somewhat neutral, and I just added the star ornament to it. I think this was something I found at Target. And here is the main Christmas tree this year. So I decided to go with a silver and gold color scheme on the main tree this year, and focused kind of on having a decent amount of star decorations. So I have these little metal stars that I got at Target this year. And then there's some of these that came in an ornament set. But yeah, so it was kind of silver, gold, and of course glass was the theme for this tree. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Here's kind of some of the ornaments. These ones are really pretty. Kind of have this like kind of frosty, almost like snowflakes melted on a window pane look. But yeah, this was kind of a fun change from the country style tree that I did last year. So last year's was kind of very, very rustic, and this year is more on the elegant side, but it's just kind of fun switching up the trees every once in a while and trying different themes. So this was kind of a fun change for this year. And actually, these little pine cones I got at a thrift store recently, so those were kind of fun to come across. By the way, if you are at all curious on how I decorated this tree, I do have a video showing how I decorated it on my channel. I believe it's called the Silver and Gold Christmas Tree. So you can check that out if you like. And this is what I did for the topper. So that is something that I got at Target as well. It kind of matches the little tiny star ornaments. Oh yeah, and one other thing that I wanted to show was these cool lights that I used. They're garland lights and they're LED, so they have these little tiny light bulbs. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of something fun and different to use on the tree this year. And it really kind of made it sparkly and added a lot more, light count for the tree than I think normally I have. And below, as you can see, I have been working hard on wrapping a bunch of gifts. So like almost every day I've been kind of sitting down and trying to get caught up wrapping all the gifts. I think all of this gift wrap I got at Home Goods this year. So we have the little nutcrackers and the Merry Christmas paper. The ribbon, this ribbon was from Michael's, but this was from Home Goods as well. And the holly, I just thought that stuff was really pretty. And Santa Claus's, so there is some Santa Claus gift wrap as well. And then this little kind of plaid. It's funny because every single year I tell myself the same thing. No, we do not need glitter gift wrap. And then I see it in the store and I'm like, gosh, that's really pretty, and I get it anyway. I did kind of go over it with like a crumpled up paper towel over a trash bag to just kind of remove as much excess glitter as I could. So if it is a mess, which I'm sure it will be when people are opening the gifts, at least it won't be as much of a mess as it would have been if I didn't do that. So, but yeah, so those are some of the wrapped gifts. And so across from the tree is the fireplace. So this year for the fireplace mantle garland, I decided to do kind of an asymmetrical look. So I have the garland kind of starting over here, swagging across, and then down to the floor. So I thought that would be just kind of something interesting and different compared to the usual symmetrical look. And I will say I do really, really like it. If you are at all curious on how I made this garland, I do have a video showing how I made the garland on my channel. Oh, and another thing to mention too is, separate from that video, I have a how to make paper stars video on my channel as well, which I do have that linked in the description of the garland making video, so you can find it easily if you're interested in that. These gold stars I've had for quite a few years now. I made them years ago for a Christmas tree decorating video, and then just decided to save them because I thought, you never know, I might use them again. And this year I finally did, so pretty much silver and gold, just like the Christmas tree. And then of course above we have the nativity. So I've had quite a few people ask about this nativity set. So I purchased this on Amazon last year, and it's the Raz Imports brand. But I really liked it because it's, you know, a little bit larger than the usual nativity set, which was great for this mantle because a lot of times it seems like I don't have enough height with decorations because it's a little bit on the tall side. But yes, this nativity was just perfect. So I was really happy to find that, and just kind of show you. So it is cloth. So yeah, just kind of a neat little nativity set. And so next to it are these gold candle holders that I got from Target this year. They did not come with the flameless candles, so that was something that I purchased separately on Amazon. But yeah, I just thought those were really cool. And again, of course, went with kind of the gold metal colors in the rest of the room. And then just above the nativity, I used a tiny command hook to hang this star decoration, just because it felt like it needed something up there, and also I thought it kind of went well with the nativity. And one more thing I wanted to mention, so I have had people also ask about our electric fireplace insert down here. So I just thought I'd quickly mention that it is the Revolution fireplace insert by Dimplex. I don't remember what size we got for this fireplace because there's, I think, at least 2 different sizes, but I really like it. You can kind of adjust how bright the flames are. You can adjust if it's backlit like it is right now or not, but basically it kind of projects it on this clear piece of plastic. So that is a little bit of info on that fireplace insert. And then I have this Mary pillow over here, which is another home goods find. So I decided to keep the table kind of clutter-free this year because of all the people we're having visit for Christmas. So I just set out kind of a candle, and so if we need to move it, you know, it's not going to be kind of a mess or something that's too difficult to move. Because I thought, you know, this area would be fun for possibly playing some card games or dominoes or just different things like that. So I kind of wanted to leave it open for that. So, you know, this year I'm kind of decorating to be pretty, but also functional. And I decided to set out this photo album on the ottoman. Yet so far it's just the pictures that Jeff and I took when he first gave me that camera. So we kind of went out and took some fall pictures around here for fun. So then through here is the living room. So on the little table behind the couch, I of course set out my big snow globe I got from Tim a few years ago. The cars actually move around in a circle, so it's kind of a neat, here I'll show you. I'm trying to remember what the brand of this was. It was something we got, or he bought for me from a mall kiosk because we were passing it and it had a few different neat things, and I saw this and just thought it was cool that the cars moved around because it reminded me of a snow globe my grandparents used to have that had a train that moved around in it. And then he surprised me with it for Christmas. So I want to say it's called Things Remembered as far as the brand, but yeah, that's that. My little sewing machine here. I usually have this set out year round. I think I put it away for Halloween just because I had so many things to set out, but it is back. And then on this old handkerchief box, I have a cool vintage postcard. And then even more of those vintage postcards up here. So lots and lots of cute, cute Christmas scenes. Over here is the tea cart decorated for Christmas. So I set out some pistachios, they're seasoned ones, left an empty one for the shells, and then we have some of these sugared pecan pieces. And this fun decoration that I got from Home Goods. It reminds me of kind of a wreath style wall hanging one that I got when I visited my mom in Germany. So that was part of the intrigue that made me kind of get it and really like it. Just lots of neat little scenes. And down here we have Frisky the squirrel again. And speaking of squirrels, this morning I happened to be looking out the window and there was a cute little squirrel sitting on a wooden bench that I have outside on the back porch. I quickly got my camera out and got a little video of him. But yes, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, just cute kind of little books. I have actually not ever read it. I've had this for a few years now, but yeah, and then we have the Robin's Christmas Eve. This was something my brother gave me, so I was really happy about it because it's just such a cute picture. I'll back up here a little bit. But yes, I also decided, as you can see, to put some pieces of garland around some of the pictures throughout the house. And this is an idea, it's something that my mother-in-law does for Christmas each year. She usually has kind of different pieces of pine garlands and she kind of accents mirrors and different pictures like this with some of those garlands. So that's kind of what gave me that idea. And then here is the multicolor traditional Christmas tree. So again, so much fun to put together. Love this star topper, just kind of really, really pretty with the kind of red velvet. But lots and lots of different ornaments in different colors. I focused the colors mostly on red and gold, but then I also added in some other colored ornaments like the green ones. Some have some of this blue. And then I added these wood ornaments that were from Tim's Graham. And so these are kind of some family ornaments to have on the tree. But I decided to use a beaded garland. So these are kind of oversized beaded garlands, but I really like them and just thought that they were kind of fun and just very, very, very classic Christmas look on a tree. And so again, if you're curious on how this tree was decorated, I do have a video on my channel showing how I decorated this. And below the tree are even more gifts. So these are ones that are going to be sent in the mail. So I usually set those aside separate from the other gifts just so that I don't have to go digging through all the presents under the tree. Again, here's that box of vintage Christmas wrapping paper. For those of you that may have not seen me show these in past tours, I figured I'd just give you kind of a quick glimpse. But yes, this is kind of a box of just old, cute gift wrap. I've had lots of people offer some great suggestions on ways to decorate with these without ruining them. And so maybe one of these years I'll use one or two of those suggestions. But yes, it's just kind of fun old gift wrap. This one's kind of neat too. And then on the other side, I just left this kind of folded up. So It looks like a tree skirt, but it doesn't have a hole in the center, so I'm not sure if that is what it is, but I found this at an antique shop and thought it was really, really pretty. This tree collar, that was something that I got after Christmas on clearance from Home Goods last year for 15 bucks. So I mean, yeah, honestly, I get so many things after Christmas on clearance. Like I mentioned, the jingle bells on the staircase, the gold kind of floral on the staircase. Again, this neat tree collar. So, and probably a bunch of other things that I can't remember. The pillows. So yeah, if you're looking for inexpensive Christmas decor, definitely browse the after Christmas sales, because that's when I get some really, really fun stuff. So we have a fun little Christmassy blanket across the couch here. This was something that Tim got for Christmas from his workplace. And then over here is a fun Christmas pillow. So I found this at Bachman's, and then my brother got one, and then we hunted online and found another one for Grandma, so that all three of us can have one of these Christmas pillows. And here is the Christmas village. So I set this up on kind of the radiator cover here in front of the window this year. So this was just such an easy spot to set this up. I mean, one year I had this Christmas village in the built-in china cabinet in the dining room, and it was pretty and I liked it, but it was not the easiest to set up in there. So this was kind of really, really nice. And then I decided to put these taller trees in the background just to add a little bit of height to the village. But yeah, so that is the Christmas village. So then through here is the dining room. So for Christmas this year, I ended up having to turn the table because we needed so many chairs and to use all the leaves. So back up here to see if I can fit everything in. But yeah, so that's how we ended up doing the table this year. I tried it the other way, but it was almost touching the wall, and I just thought, no, we'll just kind of turn it, and this works so much better. I ended up having to move, though, the little table and chairs from under the window over here, but I actually don't mind it there. So yeah, I've talked about this table in past videos, but this is something that my grandparents had at their lake place back in the day when I was little, and we used to sit at this and eat sometimes during the holidays, play card games and other, fun little board games with our cousins. So yeah, I'm really, really happy that I got to have this adorable little table. Down here we have a Mousekins Christmas Eve book. So those of you who followed me for a while know that I love decorating with different books, and so I just thought this one was really, really cute, and liked also that it had a nativity on the cover. And up above we have this Santa Claus. So this is something that we got from Tim's Gram probably 7-8 years ago, but it's really, really neat. As you can see, he kind of moves around. There is music, but I have it turned off just because for some reason the volume isn't completely working on it. It usually looks like it's supposed to be adjustable, but it kind of segues between quiet and loud, kind of at random on its own. So I decided to just have the motion. But it has kind of a flicker flame light bulb here and this candle. And it's just kind of Santa painting. But yeah, just a neat decoration. Oh yeah, and there is the Christmas pickle. So yes, this was something that, again, my grandma gave me, and she gave my brother one as well. But back to the table. So this is the Christmas table setting this year. As you can see, I'm not completely done. I just have the Christmas plates and these fun little after dinner mint things that I got at Home Goods. But aside from that, in the placemats, I have yet to get the glasses out or the napkins or the silverware, so that's still something that I have to do. I bought these placemats actually this year at Home Goods because normally I use cloth, but this year with this many people and when they're all staying for a few days, I figured getting something that was washable and wipeable would be better because as those of you know who entertain and have used real cloth placemats, once they get kind of dirty or stained and you try washing them, they're never the same. So I decided to go with these, which are kind of like a plastic, but they have a hint of silver in them, which I thought went well with the centerpiece. If you've watched my shopping haul video already, sorry for the repeat, but this is a fun decoration that I found at Home Goods this year. And it's metal, and it's actually decently heavy and quite large, as you can see here. So when I was putting it in my shopping cart, I actually had to have this part just over the top edge of the shopping cart because the whole thing wouldn't fit in there. But yes, I was just like, perfect for this large table with all these leaves I had to put in. It was just such a fun find. And my brother was with me when I found it, so that's just kind of makes it even more fun. As I mentioned in that video, I did end up filling it with some fun Christmas treats. So these are just all different things that we got either at Home Goods. Some of them are from New Ulm, from just a little gift shop that's always super fun to stop at, that has just little cuckoo clocks and treats and just different things, and Christmas ornaments like the ones in the entryway. They're from the same shop. So yes, that is how I kind of decorated that with treats. And on the garland below, I was going to use ornaments, but I thought, it would be kind of fun to use actual, like candy that people can eat. So that's what all of these are. They're just kind of different flavored chocolate truffles just sprinkled on top of the garland. So yeah, that's what I did for the centerpiece. And then just jumping back to the plates, these are something that I found at Home Goods as well. Let me see what the brand is. Okay, yeah, so Royal Staffords, that's what brand these are, but I just thought they were really neat and just kind of had a vintage look to them. But even better with the vintage look, they are microwave and dishwasher safe. Dishwasher safe is something you just don't get with every, or really much of any vintage dishware, because they can get brittle if they're not meant to go in the dishwasher. So the new versions are kind of fun that way, because you get the look, but they're able to be sent through the dishwasher, which is honestly a time saver, especially during the holidays. So across from the table, so this is how I decorated the buffet this year. So here's that other Santa Claus I was talking about. So yes, it is similar but different, but just really pretty colors, and it is hand painted. There's the signature of who made it. But I decided to just kind of go with a neutral theme on the tree in here, just so it didn't kind of compete with the other colorful things going on in the room. So I have these pretty feathery ornaments that have kind of like a mercury glass style Christmas ornament below. And then more of those glass dewdrop ornaments, these little silver ones, which I got in a set from Home Goods. And then just a few shatterproof mixed in. And actually, I believe these came in like tubes from Dollar Tree a year or two ago. So yeah, and the tree itself, that was something that I got at Target a couple years ago, I think on clearance after Christmas. And then I just wrapped it with these little warm white LED wire lights. But yeah, so that is how I decorated that. Also got my Christmas records out. So we have Christmas at the Fireside collection of Christmas songs in this now. If I remember right, that's probably one of my favorites of the old records that I have for Christmas. But here's that. But yes, moving back across the room. So this is how I decorated the built-in china cabinet this year. So I decided to fill the cabinet with a variety of different Christmas decorations. Some are new, some are vintage, and some are family decorations. These little candlesticks were something that Tim's Gram had, so that kind of is a fun thing to have decorating in there. I have this neat kind of fabric piece that I just thought was really pretty. A few different ornaments lying around, some old Christmas lights and books and a Christmas card. And this cute thing that I just got at an antique shop. Another one of those candlesticks. And just like a little tree. These were something that I found at a thrift store. Just thought they were kind of cool. And these kind of vintagey Santa tags were something that I got last year for Christmas from my mother-in-law. So I did kind of set those around in various places in here as well. And this thing, so I actually don't know what this was meant to be, and I'm not even sure if it's old, because it looks vintage, but the lettering looks like, you know, with the white paint is the only thing that kind of sets it apart from feeling like it's completely vintage. So I don't know if somebody just painted on a vintage item or you know, anything really about this, but it's quite large. But I found this at an antique shop and just thought it was super cool. So it ended up coming in handy to decorate the china cabinet this year. And then I have this really small nativity set over here. So that's something I just picked up from a little antique store just last weekend, actually. And up here we have some more fun paper cutout decorations. Another Christmas ornament and another vintage Christmas book. Some cute garland and this funny Santa Claus. So I was shopping with my brother at an antique store and we were joking about it looking like something that could be in like a scary movie, just the way that it was kind of posed and stuff. And he just kept saying, you should get it. And I was saying, no, I don't need it, you know. And eventually I did go back and get it because I think he was like $2 or $3. So anyway, that year I was kind of posing it around the house in kind of spooky ways for fun, sending my brother pictures. But yeah, I like him. I think he's cute. So yeah, he got to go in the china cabinet this year. This is a decoration that I got at a thrift store. He looks like he's wood, but he's actually plastic. But I just thought he was really neat. So he just kind of decorates up there. And above the door, I have this. So I just thought that was really, really pretty. And I have a few different kind of text signs around the house, like the candy cane one that's in the china cabinet over here. So I thought, you know, I will find a spot for this one. And I just thought it was kind of cute up here above the doorway. So moving in towards the kitchen. So I was at Bachman's and we passed this table that had some really neat decorations. And I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is just the cutest thing ever. And I turned it over, saw the price, which was $25, and I'm like, it's not awful, but I already had been spending kind of a little bit on just things for videos and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, you know. And then we walked away, and it was the only one I saw sitting on the table, and so we were just kind of walking around, and I'm just like wanting to go back and look at it, and eventually I made an excuse to kind of segue back to where it was, and I'm like, you know what, I just have to get it because it is just so cute. So I mean, like the face, you know, with the little piece of holly here, and then the pose, it's just kind of like a goofy, funny pose. And I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if there's like Christmas cards of this or something, or like what else this artist has, because I really, really just like the personality that this picture has. So I tried looking this up online. I tried many different versions of what I think how this is spelled, and I could not find anything on the artist, and I actually couldn't even find this picture anywhere online. And we tried even doing like the Google image search, and nothing, or just this didn't come up. So I don't know. I looked on the back to see if there was any more information, like a website or anything, and there wasn't. But anyway, so glad I got him, because he is definitely going to be a piece that I don't really, he will be used every single year. Just so cute. So he is just a little bit of joy every single time I walk into the kitchen, or, you know, pass through here to go to the dining room. So yes. And so here is how I decorated the kitchen for Christmas this year. So on the island, I decided to keep it very simple because we're gonna have so many people bringing different treats and just stuff for Christmas, and I wanted to have kind of the workspace and extra space for what other people bring on the island. So I did keep it kind of minimal this year, but I like it. So on this tree, you'll probably recognize these from my last year's Christmas tree video. So I did decide to use the popcorn garlands again, and my salt dough gingerbread cookies that I made. So they did keep well. They look exactly the same as they did last year. So hopefully they kind of hold on and do that every season, because they are fun to decorate with. And I have this kind of nut bowl with a nutcracker set out. So my grandma had one of these back in the day and still does. And I always thought it was just kind of really cool and just felt very Christmas to me. And so she found one at a thrift store and got it for me. So now I have one. And then she found another one that she got for Jeff. So now all three of us have one, which is kind of fun. And then I set out this holly dish. So this is something I just got at the local antique shop. Was kind of excited to come across it because my grandma used to have one similar back in the day. And I don't know, you know, what happened to kind of those decorations, but that's what this reminded me of. So I was kind of happy to find one. On the floor here is a new little, or I should say a new to me, but probably, not new rug, but this was something that my brother bought me from the local antique shop. I get so much stuff there. And on the counter, I have some extra dishes set out, so these will be used for like desserts. And we don't have quite enough room for everybody at the main table. And I don't have more than the dishes that fit on the main table, so I had to get out another Christmas set, which I'm really happy to have an excuse to do because, so these are the Spode Christmas tree dishes, but they were Tim's Grams, and she used them for many Christmases. So I was excited to kind of get these, and am excited to be able to use them for another Christmas. In the window, we have this kind of gingerbread style nutcracker decoration. So that's kind of how I'm decorating the window this year. And a candle. Have some fun hand soap and lotion next to the sink as well. So then up on the cabinets, I reused my Christmas wreaths from not last year, but the year before. But I kind of edited them a little bit to match the stuff on the island. So I got this red velvet ribbon and used that for hanging the wreaths this year. I think before it had kind of a brown plaid. And then I left the jingle bells and some of the extra pine floral, but added the gingerbread cookie ornaments and changed out the blue colored berries for these red ones. So that's kind of how I updated these to match this year's theme. That sign is from my grandma, so it's kind of a classic, and I decorate somewhere with it every year, but thought it was kind of fun to put up above the sink this year for Christmas. So see if I back up, if it kind of, yeah. So then across the room, this is the coffee area. So above, I have all my vintage butter molds up here again. I took them down for Halloween, but now they're back. So yes, that's those. And then I put one of those garlands kind of in the old coffee grinder just to match the tree on the island. And then have this filled with different teas, fun, just different coffees, cider, and different things like that. Good Earth tea, love Good Earth tea. It's like, it's cinnamon, but it's sweet. So you don't actually really need to add any sugar to it. A bowl of some other different candies here. Those were kind of a fun thing to have up there. And then I have just an old cookie stamp in there with it. And next to that, this fun Santa and a hot cocoa sign. And these, which my grandma made, they're kind of just some fun mixes that people can use if they want to have some kind of seasonal beverages when they're here. And this cup I found in the same section as the chickadee picture, but yes, had to get it. Thought it was really, really, really adorable. Just the pose and mushrooms, I don't know, just really, really, really cute Christmas mug. So I dressed this wreath up to kind of go with everything else in the room. And so again, I used this red velvet ribbon and then the gingerbread cookie ornaments, and I used these Christmas mice. So this is of course a different set of Christmas mice than the ones I previously showed. These ones were Tim's Grams, and so she gave them to us a few years ago. So I decided they were kind of the perfect finishing addition to this Christmas wreath. And then over here, I just have this Christmas trees towel on this vintage wood bar. And again, here's the cuckoo clock. I've mentioned it before, but I'm just It's another one of those family decorations that I'm so excited that I get to have and decorate with. So always enjoy kind of walking by and looking at this in the kitchen. So off the kitchen is this tiny little bathroom. So I did do a little bit of decorating here. I added a Christmas hand towel and some neat seasonal hand soap over here. Still have my owl tins out here. And I have this cute little mouse, but he's holding a little jingle bell. So yeah, I just thought that was really, really adorable. And then up here, I have a Christmas candle next to my antique little clock here. And this Christmas candle pin. So my grandma, when we were little, had a Christmas pin that had candles, and the candles kind of flashed when we were little. And I always thought it was so, so cool. My brother and I and my cousins, everybody just was thinking it was so fun. And so anyway, my brother found them on eBay and got himself one. And then I got one, and then he ended up getting another one for Grandma. So now I have one, he has one, Grandma has one, and then he actually got one more for another family member. So that's just kind of fun. It's just become kind of a thing, I guess, for our family. But I'm gonna see if I can turn it on here. I can't remember. Oh, okay. So that is what it does. But yeah, just a very, very cute Christmas pin. And then over here, I have just a few more different Christmas pins set out. I had a couple more ones that were actually vintage. I'm not sure what I did with those, but maybe we'll come across them later in the video. I also have this one. So this is one that I had when I was a kid. And again, I thought it was so cool. So the lights flash on it. So yeah, just lots and lots of fun pins. And then I have this one that's a C. That's one that my grandma gave me. And then through here is the little staircase. So I decorated the hooks up here with this neat garland that I got. And then I added some LED timer lights to it. And then some more of this popcorn cranberry garland. And then below is the wood decoration that I mentioned before that I got when I was in Germany visiting my mom. And making our way upstairs. So at the top of the stairs is the little guest room. So this room, usually my brother stays in, but I changed out kind of the golden colored bedding for this kind of more Christmassy toned plaids. I've been asked before a few times where I got this bedding set, and I technically got it at Home Goods, but I believe it was Eddie Bauer brand. So that kind of is a little info on that. But over here, right when you walk in, is this fun vintage piece of furniture that I got, I believe since Halloween. So it just kind of has all these different drawers in it, which I thought would be great for storing possibly art supplies and different things like that. But in front of the mirror, I have this tall, slender tree that I got at the woods on clearance one year after Christmas. And it's decorated with these tiny little ornaments. Now, these were something that are another thing that I got on the trip to Germany to visit my mom. So they are very fun to be able to decorate with each year. And then I set out my skiing Behr again. So yeah, I think most years he goes in this room. And down here is my fishy's home. So he has a Christmas tree now. And he's actually peeking out a little bit, saying hello. But yeah, I believe I got the Christmas tree fish decoration at probably PetSmart. So then across the room, I decided to set out this little mouse village again. So this is something that my grandma gave my brother and I years and years ago. It was a larger set, and then she decided to split it and give us each a few pieces. So I have some, and my brother has some, which when I was helping him decorate his place for Christmas, I helped him set his village up. So he has his mouse village set up too. But yeah, so that is the little guest room. And so next to the guest room is the Clawfoot tub bathroom. So on top of this vintage rustic cabinet next to the door, I just placed kind of a snowy little, kind of like a little tree / floral arrangement, and of course have some assorted bath salts. And then I have this little wreath, which was technically something that I think I made for a video years ago, and I never posted the video. And then across the room, I have a rustic wreath here up on the wall. This was something I got at Menards a few years ago. So then here I have a really good scented candle. So this was something that I got at a local shop that sells kind of, I think, mostly handmade items. So I think this was a handmade candle, but it's a vanilla peppermint, and the scent throw is really, really good on it. Like, I had this burning downstairs in the kitchen, and like it scented a good chunk of the downstairs pretty strong. So yeah, it's a fun candle. And then this is my book, The Little Book with a Big Voice. So this is something that I wrote slowly over a few years. So it's a book of a bunch of heartwarming short stories, all with different kind of sentimental themes. And so, like, I'll flip it over here. Well, the original stories, so this is technically the second edition of this book, but it's the only edition that I have available right now. And really the only difference from the first edition is I redesigned the cover, and then I added more stories to it, so it's just like a bigger version of the first book. But yes, while the original stories touched on life topics like empathy, aging, depression, success, and love, the new stories explore other emotional territories and dive into new topics like loneliness, appreciation, forgiveness, relationships, and bullying. So it kind of talks about a variety of topics through story form, and so it's a fun little book. But yes, so I have that set out, and then a fluffy gray towel right over here. And down here, so some really pretty soap bars that came from an Etsy shop that is no longer open, which is kind of sad because I was getting quite a few different fun seasonal soap bars from the shop to decorate with. But yes, I still have these. And then some bath fizzies that are peppermint scented that my brother made over here. But yes, and then just throughout the room, a few more just kind of peppermint scented things like spray, hand cream, and over here, some hand soap. So then down the hall, here is the main bedroom. Of course, I had to set out my Christmas slippers that I got from Tim for Christmas last year. So I have those right down there. And on the end of our bed, I have this Christmas quilt. So this was something that my mother-in-law gave us for Christmas a couple years ago. But yeah, it's just really, really pretty. And I just love setting that out each year. And up here are our Christmas stockings. So that's what these ones are. These are actually stockings that we used to have from when I was little. And then I just have a rustic lantern over here and some vintage skates. Over here is just a cute ornament, technically, that Tim found. So it's just two little mice in a matchbox. So I decided to hang that one on the other end here. And then across the room is a little Christmas tree. So this is probably about a 5-foot tall tree. And the tree is an artificial one that I got at Target a couple years ago for $10 on clearance after Christmas. I saved the family ornaments for the 3rd floor Christmas tree. Usually I have them on the tree in our bedroom, but I decided to save them for the 3rd floor tree and then do kind of a Northwood style tree in here this year. So we have these owl ornaments, and then I have a variety of different just little tiny shatterproof ornaments just to fill in the look. And then these larger decorative woodsy themed ornaments. On the top of the tree is this neat rustic topper. So that is something that I got on the Terrain website last year. But I think that was actually the main Christmas tree topper last year. But it's just neat. It has kind of like a rusty finish. So I do really like it. And it's on kind of a metal, post here that comes with 2 wires on it, so you can kind of use it to wrap around the main stem of the tree. This tinsel actually is vintage tinsel, and it's has like a metal feel to it, so it's not the usual plastic kind of feeling tinsel that you would get today. And the pieces are actually wider than today's tinsel. So I thought that was kind of a fun thing to use on this tree, and also it's gold, so it matched kind of the theme. And then over here, so I did decorate with one of my Christmas Pasheen stuffed animals. It's awful, I cannot remember who I got this from, because I got it from somebody for Christmas. I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before. But it is just obviously super cute. And if you press the hat, some of the lights turn on. So yes, let's see if I can. Yeah, it's showing up. There we go. But yeah, and then just the fact that it's like a cat kind of chewing on a Christmas light strand, because it's just cats and Christmas decorations in general. I remember when my brother had a cat, it would always kind of pull the ribbon that I put on his Christmas tree off and like chew on it. So yeah, just kind of a fun little Christmas cat decoration there. So I didn't do a whole lot of decorating out here, but I did add some more of that garland on top of this picture frame. And then through here is Marshmallow's room. If you don't follow my channel and don't know, Marshmallow is our adorable little canary bird. Right now he's sitting down there, but little bundle of joy. But yes, so this is his room. So when we originally moved in, technically I think this is meant to be the main bedroom because it has a bathroom off of it. But seeming as it's the only bathroom in the house that has a shower, we didn't want to make it so that if we had guests stay that they had to like walk through our room to use the shower. So we decided to make this more of kind of like a living space room. And usually our canary would go in a living space room, so it just ended up being the perfect room for him. So he gets kind of the main room in the house. But on the little sofa here, I have a Christmas pillow. I believe this was a 2-pack from Walmart a few years ago, but I decorate with them every year. And so this is Marshmallow's Christmas tree this year. So this year I decided to decorate his tree in kind of a candy/Santa theme. So we have like these peppermint pieces. So these are fun little floral picks. And then these Santa jackets on the little hangers, and poinsettia topper, candy striped ribbon. These neat things that came in a shatterproof ornament set. They're actually metal, but I thought they kind of added almost like a retro look to the tree. And then we have this kind of Santa and wreath ornament, and these neat kind of iridescent glittery white ornaments, and some Santa ornaments. And again, this is another decorating video you can find on my channel. But yeah, this was a fun and different tree for me to decorate, because a lot of times I usually go for rustic or elegant, and this is more on the fun side for a tree. So it is definitely different than what I normally do, but it was a really fun tree to decorate. And I think Marshmallow enjoys it, especially the lights. But I used clear lights and also these larger LED Christmas lights that are just in red and green. I've always thought large lights on a Christmas tree looked pretty, but have never done it before because the old ones the light bulbs get so hot. But I found these LED versions that don't. And so I decided to try it this year, and I really do think that they add. So yeah, that is that tree. And actually, while I'm over here, I thought I'd show you this large plant. This was quite a bit smaller, like a fourth the size or probably less when I first planted it. But it's a flowering maple, and the flowers are just really, really pretty. They kind of have this orangey with kind of like a red accent coloring to them. So yeah, this has been a really fun plant, but it has grown so much since I got it. And then on top of the fireplace is, of course, this rustic nativity. So again, my grandpa actually made this. So I'm just happy to be able to have this and to decorate with it. And then here's kind of a close-up look at some of the different pieces. There's even chickens in here. But yeah, this was a fun nativity set to set up. And just is every year. I pretty much every year put it on top of this fireplace just because it's just seems like the perfect spot for it. Going up to the third floor, first here I'll show you this neat picture. So it's a lighted picture that my brother gave me last year as an early Christmas present. So I decided to have it kind of in this little staircase area just to decorate it a little bit. So over here is a vintage bed, and I put a cute little Santa over here next to the lamp, and then some more of those kind of rustic plaid scarves decorating the hooks over here. So above this electric stove over here, I put a mantel and just kind of decorated it with some pine, some candle holders, and this golden deer that I got at Target last year, I believe. We don't have our projector mounted to the ceiling, so we needed some way to get it up high. And so I used a Christmas tree box to get it to kind of stay up here. So it's not the most attractive arrangement, but it works. So yeah. And then over here we have the screen and the speakers. So for Christmas, we'll probably be playing some video games up here, but also watching movies and different things like that. So that'll kind of be a lot of fun. So here's kind of the seating area up here. And over here is this desk my grandpa made for us when we were little. I got a puzzle to put together. It's this here. So have not started on it yet, but have been kind of tempted to. But I thought that this would be kind of a fun workspace to do a puzzle on. So, and of course, set out the Myrtle Skittles set again. But yes, that is the 3rd floor. And in the window in the main staircase, I have another one of those decorative little pine floral arrangements, along with this fun little Santa water globe, which I think I got from Walmart a few years ago. And then this cute bird from Target. So now I'm just gonna wait until it's dark outside and I'll show you what everything looks like inside and out with the lights off. Welcome to my channel. I'm Christopher Hiedeman and I love to decorate. Over the years, I've had a blast sharing a variety of craft and decorating videos. From cozy fall and spooky Halloween to warm and inviting Christmas. And other fun videos, including seasonal home tours, garden tours, simple desserts and treats, floral arrangements, and other projects to make your holidays and home even more spectacular.